Chosen one, Allah has placed you on a path that few will understand, and the world will often try to silence your light. People may attack you, envy you, or question your every move, but know this: your silence is louder than their words, stronger than their accusations, and more powerful than any confrontation. In every trial, every whisper of doubt, and every moment of injustice, your quiet strength speaks volumes because it is rooted in faith, patience, and divine purpose. Today, we will uncover 7 powerful lessons that reveal why your silence is not weakness, but a weapon of honor, a shield for your soul, and a sign that Allah is preparing you for greatness beyond imagination. Your calm, your restraint, and your unwavering faith are the signs that you are truly among the chosen ones, and it is time to understand the profound power that lies within your quiet resolve. Chosen one. One of the greatest gifts Allah has given you is the ability to remain silent in the face of attacks, slander, and provocation, because your silence is not a sign of weakness, but a divine shield that protects your energy and preserves your heart for what truly matters. Every time someone tries to disturb your peace, to manipulate your emotions, or to provoke a reaction, Allah is testing you, teaching you that your words are not always needed to defend your honor, and that your restraint is more powerful than any argument. In a world that thrives on noise, chaos, and endless confrontation, silence becomes a sanctuary where your heart connects with Allah, where your focus remains unshaken, and where your energy is conserved for the battles that truly matter, battles that are fought with patience, wisdom, and unwavering faith. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, taught that true wisdom lies in knowing when to speak and when to remain silent, and the chosen ones embody this lesson perfectly, because they understand that responding impulsively often benefits the enemy more than the truth. Every insult you endure quietly, every attempt to tarnish your reputation that you meet with calm, and every moment you resist the urge to react, strengthens your spiritual armor, purifies your heart, and draws you closer to Allah's divine purpose for your life. Your energy is sacred, meant to fuel your connection with the Almighty, your acts of worship, and your mission on this earth. And silence ensures that it is not squandered on worldly battles, petty disputes, or the negativity of others. In protecting your energy through silence, you are also protecting your soul from unnecessary pain, your mind from distraction, and your spirit from corruption, allowing the divine light within you to shine brighter, untouched by the chaos that surrounds you. This is why every moment of quiet endurance, every decision to remain calm, and every act of self-restraint is not wasted. It is being recorded in the heavens, multiplied in reward, and preparing you for the greatness Allah has destined for you. Remember, chosen one, when you choose silence over conflict, you are not retreating. You are rising above, preserving your energy, and building a fortress of inner strength that no worldly attack can penetrate. Because your silence is, in itself, a statement of power, patience, and divine alignment, a reflection of a heart anchored firmly in faith and a soul that trusts completely in the timing and wisdom of Allah. Chosen one, true strength is not measured by how loudly you respond to those who try to harm you, nor by how forcefully you defend yourself against criticism, envy, or attacks, but by the quiet composure with which you carry your heart through every trial, knowing that Allah is your ultimate protector and guide. When the world attempts to provoke you, to test your patience, or to ignite anger within your soul, your decision to remain silent becomes a testament to your inner fortitude, a reflection of faith that cannot be shaken by temporary opposition, and a proof that your power lies not in your words, but in the unwavering stability of your heart. Every chosen one knows that responding impulsively to negativity only fuels the fire of discord, whereas silence allows the truth to reveal itself naturally, allowing Allah to handle justice in His perfect wisdom and timing. In moments when others lash out, gossip, or spread lies, your calm demeanor speaks volumes without you uttering a single word, because silence carries an authority that words often cannot replicate. It signals mastery over ego, restraint over impulse, and submission to the divine plan that governs your life. This quiet strength elevates you above trivial disputes and petty enmities, ensuring that your energy is devoted to the fulfillment of your purpose, the nurturing of your soul, and the pursuit of what Allah has decreed for you, rather than being wasted on worldly battles that hold no eternal significance. Silence also teaches others the boundaries of respect. For those who try to provoke you will eventually realize that your power is not in retaliation but in your composure, your ability to remain grounded in faith, and your unwavering trust in Allah's wisdom, which transforms what could have been a moment of weakness into a beacon of strength that inspires and humbles simultaneously. The chosen ones understand that true strength is rarely loud. It is measured in patience, restraint, and the unshakable certainty that Allah's favor outweighs every attempt of the world to diminish you. By embracing silence, you are not hiding your power, you are revealing it in its purest form, a form that commands respect, invokes awe, and reflects a heart fortified by divine guidance, a mind sharpened by spiritual clarity, and a soul anchored in faith that no attack can ever break. Chosen one, never underestimate the power of silence, for when you choose to remain quiet in the face of provocation, envy, or injustice, your restraint transforms into an act of worship, a secret dialogue between your heart and Allah that elevates your soul and strengthens your connection with the Most Merciful. In a world obsessed with noise, debate, and proving oneself, those who are chosen by Allah understand that responding to every attack is not a measure of courage, but often a distraction from the divine mission placed upon their shoulders. Silence, when rooted in patience and faith, becomes dhikr in its purest form. Every unspoken word, every restrained reaction, every moment of self-control is recorded in the heavens as a testament to your obedience and devotion. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, reminded us that the wise are those who speak only when it benefits the truth, and remain silent when words serve no purpose but to feed ego, anger, or discord. For the chosen ones, silence is not passive. It is an active, conscious form of worship that protects your heart from the corruption of negativity, preserves your energy for meaningful action, and aligns your spirit with the divine will. Each time you endure mockery, criticism, or attempts to harm your reputation without retaliating, you are turning trials into ibadah, shaping your character into one of humility, patience, and unwavering reliance on Allah, who sees what no one else sees and rewards the secret endurance of the righteous far beyond human comprehension. Your silence becomes a sanctuary where Allah speaks to your heart, reminds you of your purpose, and strengthens your resilience against the whispers of shaitan and the envy of the world. It is in this quiet obedience that your soul finds peace, your faith deepens, and your status among the chosen is fortified, because Allah values what is done with sincerity and intention more than any outward display of action. So, chosen one, embrace silence as a form of worship. For every withheld word, every moment of patience, and every controlled reaction is not wasted. It is an investment in your spiritual wealth, a testimony to your unwavering faith, and a signal to the heavens that your heart belongs fully to Allah, turning your restraint into a powerful, sacred act that elevates you beyond the reach of worldly trials and closer to the mercy, favor, and eternal reward of your Creator. Chosen one, understand this profound truth. The quieter you are in a world that thrives on noise, distraction, and superficial displays of power, the more your presence resonates with authority, respect, and divine energy. Because silence is not emptiness, it is a force that carries weight far beyond any spoken word, and it magnifies your influence in ways the impatient, the envious, and the misguided will never comprehend. When others attempt to provoke you, criticize your every move, or belittle your efforts, it is easy to be tempted to respond, to explain yourself, to defend your position, but the chosen ones know that true influence is not demonstrated through reaction, argument, or self-justification. It is revealed through the calm, steadfast presence of a heart anchored in Allah, a mind disciplined by faith, and a spirit unwavering in purpose. Every moment you resist the urge to retaliate, every instance where you choose patience over pride, every breath taken in quiet reflection instead of conflict, strengthens an invisible but undeniable authority that spreads without noise, commands attention without boasting, and inspires hearts without speaking. Silence becomes your amplifier, your channel for divine influence. Because people do not just see what you say, they feel the depth of your character, the consistency of your integrity, and the power of your unwavering faith. And this creates a magnetic force that draws others toward you naturally, quietly, irresistibly. While the world may attempt to measure influence by volume, popularity, or outward recognition, Allah's chosen ones know that the most profound impact is often unseen, subtle, and enduring, growing in the hearts of those who observe your composure, learn from your patience, and witness your restraint. And it is these invisible effects that shape destinies, guide decisions, and leave legacies far beyond what fleeting words could ever accomplish. Even when lies are spread against you, when envy whispers in the ears of others, and when false accusations are hurled, your silence becomes a mirror that exposes truth, revealing the weakness of those who seek to diminish you, while simultaneously elevating your status in ways only Allah can measure. Each quiet action, each deliberate choice not to engage in petty disputes, is a demonstration of strength and a testament to your understanding of divine wisdom, showing the world that influence does not require argument, that authority does not require aggression, and that true power comes from a heart aligned with Allah's will. Chosen one, your silence is a teacher, a guide, and a signpost to those around you, demonstrating that the depth of your faith, the strength of your character, and the magnitude of your purpose cannot be shaken by human judgment or worldly chaos. Through silence, you create space for Allah's work in your life, allowing His guidance to flow freely, shaping not only your destiny, but also inspiring, correcting, and influencing the lives of countless others in ways you may never see in this world, but which will have eternal impact. It is in this quiet, consistent, unshakable restraint that the chosen ones leave marks upon hearts, awaken souls, and establish influence that lasts far longer than any temporary outburst or verbal victory could ever achieve. The world may try to provoke you, to diminish you, and to challenge your position, but your calm becomes louder than their attacks, your patience more commanding than their criticism, and your composure a testament to the invisible, unmeasurable power that Allah has granted you. Every glance, every measured step, every quiet decision becomes a statement that you are aligned with divine purpose, that your energy is preserved for meaningful action, and that your influence is not granted by approval from men, but by obedience to Allah and the authenticity of your character. And so, chosen one, embrace silence, not as absence, not as surrender, but as the ultimate amplifier of your power, the hidden engine of your authority, and the unseen force through which Allah magnifies your presence, multiplies your impact, and establishes you as a beacon of wisdom, patience, and divine influence that no worldly force can ever overshadow, because when the chosen ones walk in quiet strength, their silence speaks louder than armies, louder than accusations, and louder than the chaos of the world, leaving a legacy of influence that is eternal, profound, and unmistakably aligned with Allah's will. Chosen one, understand that your silence is not merely a passive response to attacks, envy, or deceit. It is a profound weapon that Allah has placed in your hands to reveal truth, expose falsehood, and demonstrate the depth of your faith in ways that words never could. In a world where lies are spread like wildfire, where gossip travels faster than truth, and where the voices of envy and malice are louder than reason, the chosen ones know that reacting impulsively only feeds the fire of deception and gives power to those who seek to distort reality. Silence, on the other hand, becomes a mirror that reflects the reality of situations, a test that separates the truth from the false, and a divine method by which Allah vindicates His servants in the eyes of the world. Every time you hold your tongue when insulted, every moment you refrain from defending yourself unnecessarily, and every instance you resist the urge to expose those who oppose or attack you, Allah is orchestrating a process of revelation, purification, and elevation that few can witness but many will feel the consequences of. Falsehood cannot withstand the weight of patience, nor can deception survive the quiet endurance of a heart rooted in faith, because Allah's truth is self-evident, and those who are chosen for greatness are instruments through which this truth becomes undeniable. Chosen one, your silence allows time and divine wisdom to work in ways beyond human perception. What may seem like injustice or misrepresentation in the moment is often part of a larger plan that Allah is executing to ensure that the falsehood collapses on its own, revealing the reality in its purest form. Those who attempt to deceive, manipulate, or attack you will eventually expose themselves through their own words, actions, and intentions, while you remain untouched, unshaken, and elevated above the noise, because your silence is a form of spiritual armor, preserving your dignity, protecting your energy, and strengthening your faith. It is in the quiet moments of endurance that your heart is purified from bitterness, your mind is sharpened with clarity, and your soul is aligned with the divine will, preparing you for the ultimate vindication that Allah has destined for you. The chosen ones understand that the need to explain, justify, or defend oneself is often a trap that benefits the enemy. But patience and silence place the power squarely in Allah's hands, allowing Him to reveal truth in His perfect timing. Every whisper of envy, every attempt to tarnish your reputation, every lie spoken against you becomes powerless when met with calm, quiet dignity, because silence carries the weight of divine truth, and the light of Allah cannot be overshadowed by the darkness of deception. Your composure becomes a testimony, a living proof that what is false cannot endure, and that the chosen ones are always guided, protected, and elevated by Allah's wisdom. Through silence, you teach others the futility of lies, the power of restraint, and the unmatched strength of faith. You demonstrate that victory is not in argument, confrontation, or exposing the enemy, but in trusting Allah, enduring patiently, and allowing truth to reveal itself naturally, without your intervention, because what is true will always shine, and what is false will always collapse when faced with patience, prayer, and divine justice. Chosen one, never underestimate the power of holding your tongue, controlling your reactions, and allowing silence to speak louder than accusation, gossip, or slander, because in this silence, the world begins to witness your strength. Allah records your reward in ways that no human can measure, and falsehood crumbles in the shadow of your faith. Your silence is a force, a shield, a form of worship, and a divine method for exposing lies. It is the weapon of the righteous, the path of the patient, and the strategy of the chosen ones, and in it lies a power far greater than words, confrontation, or fleeting victory, because Allah's truth is eternal, His justice is inevitable, and the chosen ones who walk in silence become the living proof that falsehood cannot prevail against the patience, wisdom, and faith of those who are guided by Him. Chosen one, know this: every moment you endure in silence, every time you restrain your words in the face of provocation, injustice, or misunderstanding, Allah is preparing you for a level of spiritual elevation that the world cannot see but will one day recognize, a status of closeness to Him that cannot be attained through haste, argument, or impulsive reaction. Your silence is not empty. It is a sacred space where your heart communes with Allah, where your soul is refined, and where patience transforms trials into stepping stones for your divine purpose. Every attack you withstand, every insult you ignore, every false accusation you meet with restraint is not wasted. It is a crucible in which your character is strengthened, your reliance on Allah is deepened, and your faith is purified from the attachment to worldly approval. The chosen ones understand that true elevation is never rushed. It comes through enduring quietly while remaining anchored in tawakkul, trusting that Allah sees the unseen, records every act of patience, and orchestrates every trial for the ultimate good of His servant. In silence, you discover the inner fortitude that is invisible to the eyes of the world, but undeniable to the angels and to your own soul. A fortitude that allows you to rise above petty disputes, envy, and negativity, and to focus on the mission that Allah has placed upon your shoulders, a mission that often requires wisdom, discernment, and patience that cannot be rushed or forced. When you remain silent, you are being tested in the most profound way. For Allah is measuring your ability to surrender completely, to detach from the need to defend yourself, and to submit wholly to His will, knowing that the timing of His justice, the unfolding of His plans, and the elevation of your status are all perfect and beyond human calculation. Each quiet moment of endurance builds spiritual muscles that will allow you to carry the weight of greater responsibilities, higher stations, and profound influence that only those prepared through patience and divine trust can bear. Silence trains your heart to be resilient, your mind to be focused, and your soul to be steady in the storms of life, transforming trials into lessons, obstacles into opportunities, and attacks into stepping stones toward the purpose Allah has decreed for you. Chosen one. The world may never see the battles you fight in your heart, the moments of restraint you master, or the prayers you whisper quietly in the night. But Allah sees all, rewards all, and elevates those who endure with sincerity and patience in ways that transcend human comprehension. Your silence is an invisible ladder toward divine proximity, a training ground for spiritual authority, and a preparation for the miracles, guidance, and influence that Allah is about to bestow upon you. Through this silence, your heart is aligned with His wisdom. Your spirit is fortified for challenges greater than you have faced, and your life is being calibrated for the blessings and responsibilities that accompany elevation in both this world and the hereafter. The chosen ones are rarely understood in their journey. For those who do not see the divine orchestration, interpret patience as passivity, restraint as weakness, and quiet endurance as insignificance. But in reality, silence is the crucible of greatness, the incubator of divine favor, and the foundation upon which Allah elevates His servants above worldly limitations. Every whispered criticism, every attempt at humiliation, every moment of being misunderstood is a layer of preparation, a refinement of character, and a step toward the manifestation of your higher purpose. By embracing silence, you allow Allah to elevate you without interference from ego, human judgment, or worldly distraction, ensuring that when the time comes, your rise is undeniable, your influence unmistakable, and your legacy eternal. Chosen one, remember that the path of divine elevation is rarely loud. It is rarely celebrated in the eyes of men, but it is always seen by Allah, always honored in the heavens, and always shaping the destiny of those who walk it with faith, patience, and unwavering trust. Your silence is not absence, it is presence, power, preparation, and purification. It is the signal that Allah is working behind the scenes on your behalf, orchestrating events, positioning allies, removing obstacles, and preparing your heart and soul to receive levels of blessing, authority, and spiritual elevation that will be recognized in this world and rewarded infinitely in the next. Every quiet breath, every moment of self-restraint, and every prayer whispered in secrecy strengthens your foundation, magnifies your capacity for divine impact, and ensures that when Allah raises you, you rise fully equipped, spiritually fortified, and divinely appointed for the role only you can fulfill. Because the chosen ones are always prepared in silence, always elevated in patience, and always aligned with the timing and wisdom of Allah, whose plan is perfect and whose elevation is unmatched. Chosen one, Understand this truth with your heart, for the greatest victories are not always proclaimed with loud voices or celebrated with visible applause. Sometimes, the most profound triumphs are experienced in silence, in the quiet endurance of trials, in the restrained patience when the world expects you to react, and in the steadfast trust in Allah when everything around you seems to challenge your faith. Silence is not emptiness, it is the sound of divine alignment, the manifestation of spiritual strength, and the weapon of those whom Allah has chosen to rise above worldly distractions and human conflict. Every time someone attempts to provoke you, criticize you, or attack your reputation, and you choose not to respond in anger, you are demonstrating a victory that is far greater than any fleeting confrontation, because victory achieved in silence is a testament to your mastery over ego, your restraint over impulse, and your unwavering faith in Allah's timing and justice. The chosen ones know that responding impulsively, defending themselves at every turn, or seeking worldly vindication often grants the enemy a temporary satisfaction and distracts from the purpose Allah has placed before them. But silence preserves dignity, strengthens the soul, and communicates a message far louder than any words, that your power is not dependent on human approval, that your strength is measured by patience, and that your victory is guaranteed by Allah alone. In silence, the chosen ones witness the unraveling of falsehood, the exposure of deceit, and the natural consequences of injustice without uttering a single word, because Allah orchestrates every detail, records every act of restraint, and elevates those who remain steadfast with quiet dignity. This silence is an active form of victory, a spiritual triumph, and a reflection of the divine protection that surrounds those whom Allah has selected for greatness. And it is through this quiet endurance that the chosen one's true influence is revealed, their power is magnified, and their purpose is fulfilled. Every withheld reaction, every unspoken word, every deliberate choice to rise above conflict is a declaration of victory in the eyes of the heavens, a signal to the angels, and a preparation for the elevation that awaits in both this world and the hereafter. The world may interpret silence as passivity, weakness, or indifference, but the chosen ones understand that silence is a language the world rarely comprehends, a language that speaks directly to Allah, a language that reveals the strength of the heart, the discipline of the mind, and the purity of the soul. In every situation where envy, malice, or hostility is directed toward you, your silence becomes a fortress, your restraint becomes a shield, and your patience becomes a sword that cuts through falsehood, deceit, and worldly chaos without shedding a single drop of unnecessary energy. Chosen one, remember that true victory is not measured by applause, argument, or immediate recognition. It is measured by the peace that fills your heart, the clarity that flows through your mind, the alignment of your soul with Allah, and the lasting impact of your actions in accordance with divine will. When you endure attacks quietly, when you refrain from responding to negativity, and when you allow Allah to handle judgment, justice, and reward, your silence resonates louder than the shouts of your enemies, outlasts the temporary satisfaction of those who seek to harm you, and leaves a mark that is both eternal and profound. Every challenge you face in quiet endurance is a rehearsal for the elevation Allah has prepared for you. Every act of restraint is a step toward a destiny filled with honor and divine favor, and every moment of silence is a declaration that you are not swayed by worldly noise, but guided entirely by the wisdom, mercy, and perfect plan of Allah. In this way, chosen one, silence becomes louder than victory itself, because it preserves your integrity, multiplies your influence, protects your energy, and aligns you perfectly with divine purpose. It is a victory that cannot be taken away, a triumph that does not fade with time, and a power that no worldly attack can diminish. Your silence is your shield, your strength, and your statement to the world that Allah's support surpasses all human opposition, that your heart is anchored in patience, and that your ultimate triumph is assured not by shouting, arguing, or defending, but by walking humbly, enduring quietly, and trusting completely in the one who records every act of restraint, rewards every moment of patience, and elevates his chosen ones beyond the reach of envy, slander, and worldly limitation. Chosen one, embrace the silence, treasure it, and allow it to be the voice of your victory. For in quiet strength, in restrained patience, and in unwavering faith, you demonstrate a triumph more powerful, more lasting, and more profound than anything the world could ever give, ensuring that when your moment comes, your rise will be undeniable, your influence unshakable, and your legacy eternal, all guided by the wisdom, mercy, and perfect timing of Allah, the Most High, the Most Powerful, and the Most Just. Chosen one, now you see the truth that your silence is more than a shield. It is a weapon, a form of worship, a reflection of your faith, and a declaration of your divine purpose. The world may not understand your quiet strength, and many may try to provoke, judge, or diminish you. But know this, every moment of restraint, every act of patience, and every trial endured in silence is being recorded by Allah, multiplied in reward, and preparing you for a level of elevation, influence, and divine favor that no human opposition can ever touch. Your calm speaks louder than the loudest attacks, your composure shines brighter than any criticism, and your patience carries the power to change destinies, heal hearts, and manifest blessings that are beyond imagination. Remember, chosen one, that you are not here to prove yourself to the world. You are here to fulfill the purpose Allah has destined for you, to inspire others through your quiet resilience, and to demonstrate that true power lies not in arguments, noise, or confrontation, but in faith, patience, and unwavering trust in the one who knows what no one else sees. So continue walking your path with dignity, wisdom, and silence, for in this quiet strength lies your victory, your honor, and your divine elevation. Let your life be a testament to the world that, when Allah is with His chosen ones, nothing can break them, nothing can shake them, and nothing can surpass the power of a heart aligned with the Most High. Hold fast to your silence, treasure it, and let it be the voice of your faith, the echo of your resilience, and the signal of your ultimate triumph, because Allah's favor is with you, His wisdom guides you, and your destiny as a chosen one is already written in the heavens, waiting to unfold in ways more magnificent than the world can ever imagine. Peace be upon you, and may Allah protect your heart, multiply your rewards, and elevate you beyond what you have ever dreamed.